Okay, everybody, welcome back to Dwarf Fortress with Teemo. I'm going to be doing a little bit something different today. It's going to be kind of in line with the safe fort in 20 minutes. I'm going to be setting myself up a new fortress in a very dangerous part of area, and I'm going to play through the first invasion and kind of show you how to survive even in a very dangerous land. So where I'm going to start is right in here. We've got some haunted territory right by this dark goblin fortress, Vigor Evil. So I'm gonna just settle in their area, right here to the southeast of them, right in the middle of goblin territory. We've got some goblin dark pits all around me. They are not going to be too happy with that, and they're going to probably invade me quite quickly. So we're going to embark right here. It's got a light aquifer. I don't really care. Prepare for it carefully. So what I'm going to do with this is the first three guys I'm going to do are going to be mace dwarfs. Because it's a dark fortress, I'm expecting undead to be attacking. So I'm going to be going with 4 mace dwarfs that I'm going to be just training right off the bat. So I'm going to give them fighter and mace dwarf, all 4 of them. And they are going to start training as soon as I get into the fortress, pretty much. Because they need to be ready to go. And I'm going to get some equipment for them as well. And then I'm going to have the other dwarves. I'm going to get myself a miner, who will also be... What else is my miner going to do? Not mining. I am going to still need some food. But he's probably not going to have time for that. You know what we're going to do... gem cutting. I just don't remember where gem cutting was. It's oh, it is. It's considered crucial. Okay. And then the next guy is going to be my woodcutter, and he will also be my carpenter. And then the last guy, I'm going to need a blacksmith going. And I probably want my cook to be alright, but I also might want him to brew. I don't know how to do everything. I also kind of need... There's just too many skills. I think I'll just go brewer cooker. And he'll just have to learn some other stuff. Okay. As far as the animals go, I'm definitely going to need to take a couple of dogs to start off with. So I'll take a male and a female dog. So there's the female dog. Here's the male dog. Might want to take a couple of each just in case they get killed. Am I going to get my turkeys to survive? I don't know. We're gonna try to take some turkeys. We're gonna try to keep them alive so we get eggs. We possibly get some meat out of that. We'll see what we can do. All right, items. 2 copper battle axes, 2 picks. We'll leave it at that. We're gonna need more seeds than just that. I always like pumping up the amount of seeds I get. But actually, let me get some weapons. So we are gonna need some copper maces here. They're good for dealing with undead. 4 copper maces. We're also going to want some armor. Let's get some copper shields. We're going to want some body wear. Let's get some copper breastplates. And some headwear, some copper helms. And that's some good starting equipment. Let's go back now and pump up the amount of seeds we get, so we get that started. With that soil that we start with, we should be able to get some stuff growing pretty quick. And then I'm also going to just take some meat, if I can find it. Oh, where we got food. There we go. Let's just grab a little bit of everything so I can cook this up when we show up. And I'm doing separate things here so that I also show up with a bunch of different barrels. of stuff. Each individual type of meat come with its own barrel, which is why I'm doing this. All right, 1 point left. We'll get one more. We'll get one more seed. All right. So, some dogs, got some turkeys, got some fighters, a miner, a wood chopper, a blacksmith. All right, we're gonna give that a shot. Give it a shot. Alright, now it's going to make some of my initial parts slow. Alright, what do we got? We got Tenderpaper. Yeah, let's hope we're a little bit stronger than paper. So I'm going to leave this paused at the start because I want to take a look at my terrain. Got a little bit going down, some terrain. It looks like we're on the side of a hill. Let's see, that looks like a pretty big level. Is there anything good to eat out here? We got some cranberry. I don't know how much I want to spend outside though. Cabbages. We got for trees. Peaches. Alright, I can collect some food over here. It's a pretty big space, and I might be able to get this penned in for the ducks pretty well and get that. I might be able to get that protected eventually. We'll see. Okay, so we're gonna try coming right in here, see how it works. Check real quick to make sure that we're actually running on the recording as well. Yes, we are. Okay. Alright, so I want to come in here, get up top. Come right by where no, I kind of want it to be separate. I don't want them to immediately find and then be coming in from the sides by going right around here. So what I'm trying to do right now is I'm just looking for a place that might be somewhat safe to guard. And so I'm hoping that what they're going to do is kind of go towards the closest meeting place. And I want them to kind of bypass this. The problem is I don't know what direction they're come from. I'm kind of hoping they come from up here because that's where the Dark Fortress comes from. In which case they'll come to this first before they come down here, hopefully. And maybe I can put some walls up to block line of sight. Let's chop some trees down up above this. Because I'm going to need some initial wood. Some of these chopped. I'm going to set down a gathering zone down over here to gather some plants. Like there's some pretty good food in this area. Alright, and accept that. We're going to put down a pasture down in this area. The ducks. Accept that, and we'll assign our ducks. I mean, not our ducks. I usually go with ducks just for theme, but I'm going with turkeys this time. And just so that we got the yaks from the I'm probably just gonna butcher them. I'll put them here for now so that they're nearby. And I'll put the dogs here as well, just so they're near my fort. Actually, I'm gonna create that really soon. All right. So that should be good for the pasture. I'm also going to create a animal training zone. Actually, we'll wait till I'll put it inside the fort. Alright, so we got that initial stuff set up. Let's go ahead and start running this. Oh, and clear this off. There it is. Alright, that wagon. Alright. What kind of shape do I want? So what I'm going to put out front here is I'm going to want to put, what do we got? Red sand cavern floor. What else type of stuff? Sand. I'm going to want to put a barracks right near my entrance where I'm training, just so they have to run into that immediately. I'm also going to put going to do a pen pasture right here for the dogs. Except, and I'm going to assign the dogs to this one. So they're right out front, so I'm catching anything that shows up. I'm also going to want my trade depot in here. But essentially the trade depot is just going to swing down here. Put the depot right here. And then here is going to be my barracks. What do I got? Is that 9? Yeah, that's 9. So 10, 10, 11. That's good. And we'll let it start running again. Let me build some workshops out here so I can start getting some stuff I need. Alright, so we'll put carpentry right out here. And we'll also build the crafts. Crafts right next to it. Here we go. Alright. Oh, let me check my jobs real quick. I don't want to get rid of that fishing. I don't want any fishing right now until I can get something safe. A second miner. I'll make you also able to mine. Oh, and I want dig this way. Yeah. Alright, so I'm going to put my little manager right there, and I can go ahead and assign those right now. Alright, so no, I don't want you as the expedition leader. I want my blacksmith as the expedition leader, who is also this and this. Alright, so you're my new leader. Alright, we got the crafts done, so we're going to put in nest boxes. Put in nest box and put in nest box. Get some eggs coming in. As soon as this gets done, I'll get my... No, come on. Here we go. Add a chair. And add a table. Alright. Let's go. Oh, and I also want to dig out right here. Alright, so we got our dogs in our entrance. I'm eventually going to put the dogs up above so they're protected. But for right now, they're just going to have to be right there. Alright, digging out the training room. Nothing to catch. You shouldn't be trying to catch anything. It's probably came before I told him to stop. Alright, we're also going to need... Oh yeah, we also need the initial stockpile. That's where I want this. So initial stockpile. No, not quite there yet. Down into the ground. And then initial stockpile. That should be good. Alright. Furniture, chair, use. And then a table. And let's assign this a room. Office. And we'll give that to our expedition leader. Alright, come on, really? You left just that spot out? And you left those spots out. Come on, guys. There you go. Alright. We need a barracks. Right here. Like that. Alright, and now, we have to actually assign our militia commander. which will just be one of these peasants here. Moses, you are now my expedition leader, my commander. No, don't show that again. Create a new squad. We're going to do metal armor, but we're going to change it up. And we're going to add our other peasants. Mace Dwarf, Mace Dwarf, Mace Dwarf. Back to squads. Equip. Alright, add a uniform. So what I'm doing here is just kind of preparing for any metal that I come in for. So I'm just telling them to wear any metal. This way they'll kind of upgrade as I go, or they'll just use whatever's available. I'm also using a full set that works pretty well for, so if you want to use the same armor yourself, this protects your dwarf pretty well. You can get even more armor than this, but this is pretty good. And then we are going to want maces on these guys. And I guess you go any material on that. Alright. Mace Dwarf. Alright, so we got them in the Mace Dwarf school. And then we're also going to want to look at their schedule. And we want constant training for these guys. I want to give them some time off. I'll give them some time off later. Right now they need to train. Alright, and then I need to go tell them to train. Alright, so we're going to do all of it for right now. And that should get them training. Alright, pause it again. So that's going to slow down a lot of what I can do. So I have to be careful about what I do. That way I don't overload my dwarves too much. No. Where should I put the refuse? Up here in the corner? Probably. Alright. And we need corpses in here, and we need all the refuse in here. Alright, so we got our trade depot up. We got our dwarves training. Got to get ready for that first invasion. Oh, we got to make our animal training right in here. Training. And then we actually want to train these war dogs right here. Get them a little bit more combat ready. Oh, already sparring. Look at that. These guys know. So I started them with some pretty good skills. And there's 4 of them, so that's probably why they started sparring right off the bat. Usually you need to get some skills to get going, but I gave myself a competent squad just showing up because I'm expecting trouble here. Alright, so custom on this. We're going to do all, but then we're going to get rid of corpses, get rid of the refuse, get rid of stone, bars, and wood. The reason I get rid of those is because I get those specific ones built pretty quick, and I don't want it just taking up room here. Everything else, actually, I'll kill gems too. So this will just be my catch-all stockpile for now, and I'll start making other stockpiles soon. If you've seen me before, I like to do these curving ramps into the ground as I play. I do that for a few reasons. Mostly it's because I like to eventually get this trade depot lower. I also just like how it looks. I also like that the pathing helps. Oh, and I should be able to build this workshop farming for nest box. Alright, let's get some nest boxes in here. Oh, they didn't make the 3rd nest box yet? What's going on? They did. I don't know. Build 2 for now. So I'll get some eggs going. Alright, let me pause it real quick and get some order started. Alright, so I want some beds. Make some beds. 15. No, we'll do 20. Actually, let me just leave it at 10. I don't want to overload. Beds. You know what? We're gonna stand by on the. Usually I do beds, chest, cabinets, and doors. But I think I'm just gonna do the beds and doors for now. Save some time and effort. Alright, rock door and beds. Tables. Do thrones actually. So for whatever reason, when it's wood, it's a chair. When it's stone, it's a throne. So you just have to know those little nuances. I'm gonna go ahead and set my food ready to go right off the bat. That's from fruit and plant. Oh, and I need to turn off some stuff out of the kitchen while I'm thinking about it. Fine meals. Alright. Into here, kitchen. Plump helmets. Do not cook up. They do not. Yeah, do not cook the plump helmets. You're allowed to brew the plump helmets. And then, okay, those are all off. And then do not cook up my alcohol. Alright, that should be good for now. Alright. Got the war dogs trained up, so they're watching for thieves and stuff. My squad training. A lot of the other dwarves, they're gone right now because they're hauling stuff. So that's why you don't see them. It's a little ways back and forth. So they'll show back up eventually. Here we go. We're bringing stuff. What are you doing? Making a bed. I don't know that I want you making those beds yet. I got what I needed out of these. I'm gonna kill those so they don't waste time on that until I get a little bit farther into the fortress, because I gotta get the defenses going. Alright. I need to get the safety in. So I'm gonna take a little break on my training. You off duty. Go help bring stuff in. Okay. I'm not exactly sure how quickly I'll be attacked on this map. Oh, I got honeybees. Excellent. I like when I get honeybees on my map. I heard also that we can put those inside, so I'm going to try doing that as well. Let's get a honeybee area. Started right up here. We're going to test that out. Test that theory. How you guys doing? Still a lot of stuff over here. Once they finish doing this stuff, it'll be a little bit quicker on some of my tasks, which will be nice. Because I need to start digging down and get some industry started, especially my food. I need to get a for late spring. Yeah, I need to get something started before. Like putting a farm in sand though. Hopefully it'll dig out to dirt pretty good pretty soon. We'll see. Here, let me take one of you guys and actually make you mine only. I need to get some of this work done. It'd be funny if he goes and starts over here with the bees. He'll be alright. Oh, the other thing that I'm not doing with this is I'm trying to survive the invasion without resorting to just excessive traps. I'm trying to fight my way out of it. It's one thing I didn't mention at the start, but that is one of the things I'm going to be. Make it a little bit more challenging. I could put some excessive traps and just hope that I survive that. One problem that you get with that is the undead waves get pretty huge. So it's better to fight your way out of it than to do it with traps. Plus, it's just more fun. But you do run the risk of just getting overwhelmed with the first invasion. I'm hoping to avoid that, but we'll see how it goes. Oh, and this is an aquifer level. That's not helpful. Alright, I think I'm going to alter my build strategy just for getting through the aquifer. And I can come back and build the rest later. Yeah, so what I'm going to do here is quickly just that. Alright, so instead I'm going to stare. Alright, and the reason that I'm doing just the stairs is because it's a lot easier to mine this out and get the aquifer penetration with just a staircase than doing my full build. So that's why I'm doing it like that. Material. These two first. All of these. So I'm also, when I'm paying attention to this, I'm trying to do the corners first, so I get the corners built. And then once the corners are built, I could do in between. But I don't want to put up anything that's going to block. Like I can't do this one because they might build here and here beforehand. I've got a penetrating aquifer tutorial if you want to watch that and kind of see the decisions I'm making and why. Alright, is this one got... And then there's nothing here. So that's good. It looks like it's a one layer aquifer, which is great. Although kind of it will be a 2-layer aquifer, but that's fine. Alright, so I've got that built. Say, construction. as I'm going through this, I just keep adding more as they fill in the corners so that I can keep catching up with it. And you also want to do this kind of quick, so you see I'm not going over and doing other stuff while this is going on. It's because I want to not get too far behind with some of these steps. That way I fill this all in and I don't get overflowed with water, essentially. Alright. Oh, I can dig this one out. I'm also replacing the walls that kind of keep the ramp up and running, because they're also aquifers as well, so you have to replace them. Just a lot of work to do. Alright. There. And then once I get done with this, I can go back to being a little bit faster with some of the stuff that I do. That's actually... I can do that. It's not really a corner because I could come this direction and from this direction. And I've kept the water to 1, so that should keep... it should evaporate essentially, which is good. Alright, go down a layer, and I'm going to dig. Even though I'm not seeing anything here, I want to do one more layer because you can leak from the ceiling. So I'm going to build around here too. Alright, so that's done. These should evaporate off. I'll go down and deal with that more later. But I want to, so you can see the reason why it's blue there is because we got the aquifer layer above us. So I'm just going to remind myself that I got an aquifer above myself by building walls on this layer as well. And then down below it. So this is where I'm going to start building my workshops and stuff. Alright, so from here, we build out. And I'm going to need wood stockpile, stone stockpile, blocks, and then workshop. So that's mason, that, I need one more. That one, and I'm going to put a stockpile for gems. And that for the, okay. Oh, and I should get the, we'll stop it right there for then. And then next layer down, I'm going to need to get the kitchen stuff going. Alright, so I'm going to want a kitchen, brewery. I'm going to want stockpile for food. I'm going to want butcher. I'm going to want tanner. I'm going to want, start off small but leave space for it. A great hall. Alright. That should be good. Did finish this level, right? Yeah. Alright, we just gotta finish these walls here. Build some more walls. Alright, 4 more dogs. We're sparring still. Ace Dwarf. Oh, probably pretty good on this. I'm going to get my squad back to training again. Alright, go back to training. Yeah, that'll be fine. I can do that. So that'll slow down some of my progression by turning that on, but I think I'll be okay. Alright. I don't remember how many minecarts I got. I don't remember if it's its own tab for minecarts, or if it's a tool or something like that. I might not have departed with any minecarts. I don't see any. That's okay. We'll build some. Construct. Minecart. Yeah, 10 of them is fine. Oh, and we need to get barrels. Oh. Barrel. Let's get some rock mugs. Let's get some rock bins. Or no, blocks. The other ones too. Rock less than, we'll call it blocks. And it's rock bin. What do I want? I want rock. See? Coffers. That's what they're called. It's coffers. No, I don't need those yet. We'll keep it like that. Alright. This one wood. I think wood starts with it. No. Alright, so we penetrated the aquifer. Oh, let's get some. I think I have to build some stuff first. Let me check. I don't remember. Hive? Yeah, I gotta make some rock hives, I think. Clay hive, rock hive. We'll do wooden hives too. Let's do rock hives. 10 rock hives? You know what? We're gonna do like 15 of them. 15 rock hives in there. I'll do like 5 to split and then 10 to actually gather off of. Yep, so the water's almost gone. No water should be dripping down in here. I don't see any water, so it looks like we did good. Alright, accept that. Let's get this one, bars and blocks, and get rid of bars and blocks. No, we also need to set this up because I want to start doing this as soon as it shows up. Is cut. The gems, I like to do it in smaller batches, so I do it batches of 3. Amount of rough gems is at least 3. Alright. Let's toss the mechanic right there. Oh, we need those. I can Rock mechanisms. 10's fine. Alright, we've got the kitchen up and running. Let's go ahead, or space for it anyways. Alright. Kitchen. Yeah, you just put it there. Oh, we gotta get the farm going. I'll do it on this level. Alright. Shop. Crafts. It's there. Still sparring. Struck a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah, damn stone. That was summer. I know, I forgot to do the early summer though. I might be able to get some stuff planted. Let's see. Alright. I also want a carpenter. Go there. Alright. Butchery here. Got the butcher set up, so let's go ahead and get rid of these guys. Yeah, let's go ahead. So much work, buddy. I'm sorry. Attached to a copper shield. I'd like to see. Already grown attached. Makes them fight a little bit better when they're attached to it. They eventually name it. It's all good stuff. I hope they grow attached to killing baddies when they show up. Alright. Need a workshop. And Tanner. Oh, nice. We got some gems right there. Yeah, let's go ahead and find those out. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Damp stone again. Not cool. I don't know what's over there. I don't know why it's damp stone. Thought I got through the aquifer level. What can I do? What can I do? Let's see what else cancels. And I'll see what I want to do with that. Right. I'm gonna get a little bit more complicated. Oh no, we do want some wheelbarrows. So you'll see a lot of. I'm doing what are called quantum stockpiles. You'll see other people that show some quantum stockpiles with just one square on either side. If you do that, you can only haul one thing at a time. So if you have your input be larger than one square, it's a lot more efficient on your quantum stockpiles. That's why I've got it like that. Plus, it allows you to add multiple wheelbarrows onto it as well. Spend it on the butchers. Come on. Oh, some Miss Coal. That's good too. Alright, so we got carpenter, craft store, so this will be mason. Stoneworker these days. What do you got? else, I guess. Alright, we got the farm up and going. Alright. Should be good. Oh, migrants arrived. Excellent. Let's see how many we get. And we need to dig down another layer. Because we need to start putting some. Not digging. Oh, that's why you're not. Dwarves need some place to sleep and be happy. 6, 8, 9, 10. Alright, what do we get? 10, 11 plop. There we go. Keep it coming. Let's see what we got for people showing up. Oh. Whole bunch of great and accomplished miners. Okay, so all these miners showing up. I actually don't need them all to be like that. That is excellent. I don't know why I got a whole bunch of miners, but I'll take it. Alright. We need a gem cutter. Jeweler. It's called. There we want this. And alright. Have we accomplished any minecarts? We've done one. Alright, so let's start constructing the actual. Right, keep building with material. We'll just use that siltstone that's right there. Should take more effort at trying to find a way to permanently turn off these notifications for the tutorials. I bet you there's a way to do it. Alright, so I got my wood set up, slaughtered. Okay, good. Afraid somebody had already died, but no, they should have died. I told them to die. So that's okay. We'll take that. Alright, another track stop. This one's going to go south. It's a siltstone that's right there. If you want to get more explanation on some of these steps for building the it's called Quantum Stockpile, I've got a tutorial for that as well. It's gotten pretty good views on that one. I guess people like that one more than all my other ones, actually. So I'm going through it quick, but they're pretty easy to do. I'm thinking about making a more advanced stockpile, quantum stockpile one, because there's some really neat stuff you could do with some quantum stockpiles that I have not shown yet. Yeah, slaughter those cows. There we go, and get some leather out of it. Get some more. Another minecart, excellent. Let's go south. And this one was bars and blocks. Alright. 12 dwarves. That's pretty good. So we got 5 dwarves on that. And it looks like it was basically all miners. Oh, we got a farmer. I don't know if he showed up as a farmer or not. Farmer. Planter. Oh, that. Where are we? Midsummer? Alright, we're gonna leave it fallow for now. So in autumn, let's plant bump, 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 and we'll add it to summer after it becomes fall. And then here we're gonna leave fallow for that. In autumn, let's do cave wheat, plump helmet, sweet pods, and then we'll do sweet pods again, but once. Yeah, we'll probably do sweet pods again. But we gotta wait for it to be out of summer. Since it's midsummer, I don't want to waste seeds or anything like that. We're gonna wait for the season change. Alright. Probably got some guys cooking, which is good. How's my training going? You guys doing good? Let's see these skills. Bat skills. Talented mount dwarf. Discipline. Shield user. Excellent striker. Kicker. Dodger. All kinds of stuff. Excellent. You guys get good. Alright. Let's got the basics set up down here. We're gonna start cutting gems. We need to get the brewer going. We need to get this up and running before I start doing other stuff, I think. I don't know what's behind that. See, my fear is that there's like some underground pool of water here that if I cut into, I'm going to break into it. And then just have a whole bunch of water rush all over my fortress. I don't want that. Made any doors? Yeah, I made one door. Okay. Have I made any beds? Some beds. Alright, we're preparing some fine meals. Good job. Alright, let's get the still up and running now. Now let me go check out my kitchen again, make sure nothing's... No. Once I start brewing some stuff, I might have to turn it off as well. Oh, and this one's probably done. Backstop. Select material. Siltstone is right there. Yep, there we go. Yep. All the gems. Alright. Cutting gems. Excellent. So I can use those to trade, which will be nice. Actually, do we have a good... new work. Gem cutting, where are you? Here you are. Alright, so we have one. Take that off. Mine in, let's take that off of you. Ooh, you're a great miner though. Fine, you can do both. You can do both. The reason why I want just one gem cutter is so that the gem quality goes up and it just becomes more valuable commodity per gem than I otherwise would get. How are we doing on doors? Got a few more. That's okay. Oh, let's... Ooh, some water over there too. I wonder if the aquifer is variable. I don't know that I've seen a variable aquifer before. Maybe it is. Maybe that's something they added. That'd be pretty neat. If it's a variable aquifer, what do I want to do? Let's see if I can go the other way with this then. Maybe that I can do that. I'll keep it digging up there because I'd like to get that to be my food stockpile regardless, and then maybe I'll just have to put it over here or something like that. Actual. That way with it. Okay, you can't brew any drinks. That's fine. That's fine. Any jobs get suspended yet? No. Alright. So, water down here. It's so weird. Yeah, but if aquifers are variable, that's going to be tough because you're never going to be sure how far you have to go to get through it. Because usually you hit an aquifer and you go. You get through it and then you're good to go. But if it can be like little spurts like that, it'll make it a lot more complicated to figure out how to deal with it. That's okay. Alright, I need to start working on protection for you guys. So, what do I want to do? What I put for a pen? Out to there. That's fine. Material. And logs. Alright. Should be good for the first layer. And we are going to have to. That's perfectly fine, actually. So I want to be able to get in. I'm going to make this area so that it's kind of sealed off, but then I want to be able to get to it from the fort. So now I can kind of run through here, go up this staircase, and get back into where these guys are. So that's why I did that. I might want to eventually get some protection around where I gather too, but for now I'm not going to bother with that. Alright. I think I saw some beds that got finished. Oh, I need to build some wheelbarrows, I think. Sure, I'll do 10 of them. It's fine. More than I need, but it's okay. Alright, some of you miners, I need you to really mine. So let's take Great Miner and make you always mine. I need to get some of this done. You other guys can do other stuff, but Great Miner I need. Oh, I don't have a place to actually store stuff in my barracks. Oh, and did I complete the... I completed any of these rock hives? I have. Start making the rock hives. Hive, closest keep. And I think I need 5 to go. I'm gonna need some of these things. Ooh, Kangaroo Doe is fighting. Where are you, Kangaroo Doe? Fighting Kangaroo. No, nothing. Okay. Alright. There we go. Got some mining and beating. Water showing up. Okay, early autumn. So we should start getting some planting going now that it's early autumn, which is good. And I think autumn might be the first time we get trade. I believe we'll get our first trade caravan before the winter sets in. So hopefully we'll have accomplished some gem cutting to be able to trade something. If I can get a little bit of value going out, that'll just help me in the long run. Alright, I want to go up to my farms and go back to summer. This one's going to be plump helmets. And this one's summer. Sweet. My job's doing. Another round of beds. Still working on doors. Got rock tables and thrones. That's good because I'm about to put. This is a dining hall in here that I'm going to be working on. The upside with the aquifer level is I'll be able to get nice fresh water wherever I want it. It's a lot easier to get fresh water where you want it when you have aquifer levels to work with. Plus, they provide the water at pretty low pressure. It's easy to deal with the pressure on it, so that's helpful too. Right, furniture, tables. Some chairs. There we go. And now that it's done, let's turn it into a dining hall. Dining hall. There we go. Get my first dining hall. Alright, where is this damn stone? Over there. See the damn stone? There it is. Alright. Got some damn stone. There's nothing So I think fall, not only is it the first time that you get a caravan, but I think it might be the earliest a siege can show up too. I'm not positive on that one. I know you can get them pretty quick if you're really close to the evil like I am. So I think any time now I can expect that first one. I don't know if 4 is going to be enough to defend me. Let's see. All right, we got some bees coming in here. I think the 4 in the back. I'm not going to gather back. That means that these things I'm going to be using to install extra cores into my other ones, and I will gather those. Nope, I need 2 more hives. Be another source of food. Alright. Supply caravan is a welcome sight. Yes, it is. Let's see what we got here. Some cut gems. We got some value out of that. Oh, nice. Good. Got some good value one. Alright. Much to share. Okay, so what do we want from you? I don't know what I want from you. I want powders. Some gypsum plaster. Some cheeses. I like. No, I won't select those. Bring me some anvils. Bring me some anvils so I don't have to make it myself. Bring me some steel bars. Maybe I'll want those. I think that's good for now. Oh. There it is. Merchants arrive. Broker our goods. Sure, nothing else showed up. Oh, we got another gem here, another gem here. That's good. Let me look at these barrels. Prepared food barrel. Yeah, that's kind of valuable. Seed barrel, no. Prepared food barrel. Yep, take that. I know I'm giving them some of my food, but I got plenty of food. So let's go ahead and go and get some more value out of this trade. Alright, wait, 1 item. Trade. Okay. Cut gems, barrels. Let's see what we got. I like nothing. I'm nothing. I'm so upset with you. Alright, sweet pod seeds. I'll take those. Pigtail seeds. Oh, gypsum plaster. Excellent. Those are good for making casts, and they're sometimes tough to have on your map. That's why I'm taking it. Let's not grab that. That's expensive. Alright, we got some leather ourselves, but I'm going to grab 1 leather box. Because I want to possibly make some marks dwarves with some crossbows, and I need the leather for the quivers. We'll go ahead and take some cloth. Expensive. Let's not take any cloth. Might just take some more leather to be able to make some clothes out of it. Oh, they do have some anvils. Grab a couple more anvils. Alright, meat. Yes. Take all the meat. Fish. Yeah, fish is cheap. Let me take the fish. I'll take the plants. I'll take that. I've basically taken all the food that's cheap, just because I don't have great food production at the start. So this helps out a lot. Take some cheeses. Care about splits and crutches. Yeah, I'll take these. So remember to make them. I could just take a couple of. I can make the clips are easy enough to make. And that should be about good. Now I've got some extra value. Is there anything at the top? Just a nickel bar, chert blocks, clay, cut gems. I don't care about cut gems. I can take some ropes maybe. So that should be good. Alright, so there's still extra value, but that's okay. Let's see if they still like that. Yeah, we'll trade it like that. We'll get some extra value going out of the. That's okay. The reason why it's okay is because I know that the more value I put out, the more people are going to come. So I'm okay over trading value because it just sends more value out of the fortress, and it'll attract more people. It'll also attract more bad guys, but I do want to show you an invasion, so we're going to go for it. Alright. We got that up and going. We got that up and going. Good. Some migrants have arrived. Alright, let's see if we get some actual designations going. Some of these too. Alright. And let's make some bedrooms. Bedroom. Multi. We've got, looks like 4 bedrooms. Alright. Okay, we got that stockpile ready to go. This one's going to be food. Food. There we go. Means it's the first stockpile. I actually two stockpiles now. I can take stuff out of this. So I don't need furniture anymore. And I don't need food anymore. So this catch-all stockpile, I kind of just take stuff off of it as I go, as I make other stockpiles, so that I bring the stuff farther down to where I want it. Alright. I think I'm going to want to put some more people in my military too. So, let's see what we got here. Herbalist. Now you can. And that's 2 more. Now they don't have maces yet, so I'm going to have to work on that, but it's okay. Show up quick. Alright, let's go down another layer here. Let's start the industry for actually making birth to puppies. Excellent. Puppies. Couple puppies. It's fine. Damstone. Immediately damstone. Oh, that's not good. That's not good. Might have another aquifer. That's okay. Okay. looks like it. That's okay. Just have to penetrate again. Oh, we got some blocks being made. Nice. Leaving. That's fine. We traded with you, and you helped out our eventual hospital as well, which I really like. No, like it canceled down below. Started raining. Yeah, fill it in the ground. Hopefully, it's not raining anything deadly. Sometimes when it rains, dwarves start dying when you're in a haunted terrain. So hopefully that isn't gonna happen. Oh, I probably have some animals showing up. All right. Oh, and I need to work on my walls outside too. Oh, that's gonna be funny if my animals just all get killed by like acid rain or something. Be great. Haven't barked. I was hoping to get some hematite by now. I can get some iron produced. Looks like I'm gonna have no luck with that. Especially since I have to penetrate through these multiple aquifer levels. That's alright though. We'll get through it. Weather's cleared. Got lots of drinks. Why they're still brewing? I don't know. Oh, it's because both of them got queued up. That's why. Alright. Get some more ores going. I'm gonna stop this penetration here for a little bit, I think. Probably designate some more bedroom. Keep those dwarves happy. Why these aren't going? They get canceled for some buildings. Alright, let me go back up to the surface. Alright, so I'm going to need to enclose you at the top as well. We got some trees kind of in the up top here. How are we gonna? Let's see. Here. Oh, actually. Got the bees going good. Excellent. I do have up right furniture. I do. Just there and oh, it's just track stop's not done yet for some reason. Okay. Phone attached to a copper shield. Okay. Got the dining hall up and going. I got the food going. Lots of cave wheat. Oh, you guys are letting stuff go bad. Come on. Come on. Rotten yak. Rotten yak. That's okay. And it's really not making very many doors. Come on, dwarves. More doors. And for some reason, these aren't going. But I'm not really getting a lot of water either. Is stare down. Construction inactive. Alright. Late autumn. I might make it through autumn without an attack. Let's see. Become a wrestler? Yeah, because I didn't give him a weapon yet. Oh, man. You guys need to do something about that food. No, maybe they did. Maybe they got rid of it. Haha. Ask and you shall receive, possibly. What if that how we doing on? And for stones. Microclimb, bit miss. Oh, we do have some hematite somewhere. Oh, I don't remember where we hit it. Oh, there's hematite right there. Okay, hold on. Go. Hematite gives iron, which is why I was looking for that. And iron makes for some good weapons and armor. Much better than copper. Copper can turn into bronze. Mix it, I think, with tin. It's like 1 copper and 1 tin makes 2 bronze or something like that. Bronze is about the same as iron, so you can get up to about iron-like stuff, even if you don't have iron, by using copper and tin. But it's just easier to just go straight to iron if you have it available. Okay, there we go. Finally did those. Oh, that's right. I was trying to go down here because I'm trying to get some more workshop space down this way. Not that I want to try that anymore. It's pretty far away. I'm getting all kinds of water elsewhere. I get water. Try. See what happens if I dig. See how quickly I run into water. Might be able to get a couple shops. Let's see. Alright, so I am going to need workshop. First thing I need is furnace, a wood furnace. There, you can do that. So with the wood makes charcoal. Need for fuel for your other furnaces. But I like to make sure that one, only if I have very little coal, so less than 10, and only if I have a lot of logs. So I usually do something like 30 logs. So I want a lot of wood and not very much coal to actually use the wood. And then what I want to actually use is bitmus coal for the rest. And I do make coke from bitmus coal. And this, I want to bring this down. Let's do like 3 at a time. If I have at least bitmus coal is available. At least 3. Oh. And that need the actual smelter, I believe. I don't remember. Yes, smelter. And we need a blacksmith. Metalsmith is what it's called. Get one of our iron anvils. Alright. And we're going to want to smelt that hematite that we found. Hematite. This one I also like to cut down. I do it in batches of 5. I have at least that much hematite. Alright. Turkey up there. Turkey. It's not here. A horse. Go ahead and butcher that horse. course. Yeah, you go away. I don't need you. I actually don't need that turkey gobbler either. Extra turkey gobbler. Go ahead and butcher that one. I don't know why it's not showing up. I will kill this turkey gobbler then. Come on. Fine. I'm not killing any. Did I forget to? Oh, this is a food stockpile. They are really slow rolling. Oh, I got some hematite in here too. Right there. I don't like messing with where my people sleep, though. Let's do this. Because I like being able to smooth down the walls and stuff and make it like a nice place for them. And if you start digging stuff out, you can't do that. That doesn't connect back over somehow. Suspend the construction of a wall. Why? Alright, so I am gonna start to get some iron bars now that I've got this all up and running. So let me iron maces. Iron mace. Let's get 10 of those. And then what else do I want? Now we'll do that stuff. Iron shield. 10 of those. Iron helm. Looks kind of nice in jet. I should make all my stuff out of jet. That's pretty cool looking. I like that. Alright, what are my dwarves getting unhappy about? Some unhappy dwarves. Why? Excitement, acquire object, fight, big strap. Merry. Make merry. Well, you should be making plenty of merry. You're not dead yet. That's a happy thing. Alright, you must have ran into water. Yep, ran into water. Okay. Charcoal done. Alright, let's go see how my top is doing with this wall. Chop those. Dwarves assigned to that. There's 2 woodcutters, yeah. Off of mine. There's not enough money there. We'll let you do other stuff too. Help out. Alright, so those walls get done. Next layer up. So that isn't a way. Probably gonna might be Bitmus coal. So Bitmus coal, the way that it works is you need one to do it, but then the Bitmus coal, when it uses a fuel, by you need one, I mean you need a charcoal or another Bitmus coal. So then with one Bitmus coal, you get two back from it though. Um, so it's a net positive, which is good. I am also going to need to get myself a screw press, food, that workshop, screw press. What else do I need for that? That'd be it. Because it's press. Is it press honey from honeycomb? And I need non-pressed honeyberry and honeycomb. Batches in 5, I guess. So when you harvest a honeycomb, you get a royal jelly and a honeycomb, and then if you press the honeycomb, you get a little bit more honey out of it. So that's why you want to. So it's just I'm not making barrels. Not enough barrels. No logs, but I got some chopping that's supposed to be going on up here. If they ever get around to it. Some more walls. Construct wall. Make the material. Siltstone block. That one's done. We have some nice protected turkeys. Alright, smelting the ore. That means that we're going to start construction of iron. That'll help out with my soldiers quite a bit, actually. Alright. That's 6 dwarves training. Oh, we need to build some rock armor stand. 10 of those. Rock weaponry. Those done in there. There we go. Get some iron. All this bit is coal right there. I don't know if I care about how it looks. Yeah, let's go ahead and dig that out. I can always replace that. It's coal. That too. It's coal. lot of fuel, which is good. Alright. A lot of dogs. My dogs have been busy. Five puppies, that's it. For some reason that seemed like more than 5, but I guess it's only 5. I don't know. Here I thought it'd be attacked by now. That would be nice and quick. But looks like this is going to last longer than I thought. That's okay. Brewing drinks. Mace, dwarfs, and wrestler. So once that first weapon gets done, I think he'll come pick it up. So I got it being produced right now. That wrestler will probably go pick up his mace. Start working on it. Let's see. What else do I want to get accomplished before I get attacked? I might get to iron gear before it happens. Oh, I probably want to set my uniform to iron. That's what I want to do. Alright. Only of the stuff that I actually can do that I'm making iron right now. I don't know why they put the metal for iron way down there. Two, kind of. Oh. Iron. Save. Alright, so all of them it's worth 2. Now, if they can't find it, they'll still use the copper. We'll see. Because I'm using partial matches, so they will believe they'll still go ahead and grab it. Maybe not. Oh, because they got that and that. I do partial matches, okay. Get the copper shield. I don't know why it's not showing up there with the armor. Oh, look at the agricultural dwarves. Items you got. copper breastplate. So you're wearing it. It might be showing it because it's not an iron one. Maybe that's why. But they'll go ahead and keep wearing those, the ones that don't match, until they get ones that do match. So it's not that big a deal. But they'll upgrade basically as soon as it comes up now. Which is good, because I want them to be nice and equipped and ready to go. And how many... How is my iron doing? Those bars. 5 iron bars. And how much? It's under stone. For some reason. Tight 27. Okay. How am I doing on? So I'm pretty much done with the maces and shields and helms, breastplates. Okay, so we got some stuff left. So let's do iron greaves and gauntlets. Iron eyes. Those started as well. Snow covered. Alright, so we got some snow here in late winter. Alright, wood choppers, I don't know what you're doing, but I need you to actually go do this. Is it... You know what, they're probably both in the military. That's probably the problem here. We're gonna take a little break. Off duty for a bit. It's probably good for you to give a break anyways. Actually, let's go ahead and view the monthly schedule on this. So current month is that. We'll give you next month off as well. And we'll do 3 months of training on, 1 month off. Have months off during. We'll keep you off duty for now, and then it's late winter, so that means when we get the season change, I'll put it back on. So they'll basically get 2 months off in a row, but they've been training pretty good, so that's alright. Oh, somebody's fighting where? Our maces are done. Might be able to find. Well, they could too. I want my plant. Or I don't want my. Well, I don't need all these miners anymore. Let me. I don't know. Maybe I do. They're not doing their mine. Let's see. Expedition leader doesn't need to mine it. Let's take it down to just one of them's. That's okay. That. We want the expedition. Wait up. Make it a little bit better place for him to eat. It's like we're cleaning up stuff a little bit too. It should go a little bit faster now that I got some more dwarves working that we're training all the time. So stuff should go a little bit faster for a short period of time. It's great. But they should have trained quite a bit, which is good. I think I'll be ready for first invasion. I think so. If not, then my portraits get wiped out, and this will be a really fun end to the tutorial. Here's how to die. I'll change the name. If I win, it'll be how to defeat the first invasion in a haunted zone or something like that. If I lose, it'll be how to have fun in Dwarf Fortress. I got my names ready to go regardless. Come on, finish that door. Alright. Saving. We're into the spring. Made it through the winter. Plenty of food and drink. At the very least, I'm showing you how to get a fort up and running. And it's a little bit different. I didn't build the traps this time around from Safe Fort. I went straight to a training a military right at my front door. And they're going to protect me. See how it goes. Alright, so let's get you back onto constant training. Well, it's not really constant training. Door yet? No, still haven't finished the door yet. I don't really need it because I've got 16 dwarves and I've got 19 rooms right now, but I still would like to have it. How am I doing? Lots of coke, iron bars. I'll be burning through the iron bars about as fast as I do it, though. I got some greaves and gauntlets and high boots made. Oh, let me check my kitchen again. Well, see if there's anything I need to. I don't want to cook those. Rest is fine. Not want that. Everything else is fine. Okay, dwarves. Now that I got you there, we'll chop wood. Nothing else. Barrels. I think what I want to do. No. Have a seed barrel in. I don't even want to know. Make rock door completed. Good. Got a rock door. Finally. Come on, dwarves. Make those doors. There we go. I guess I can start working on chests and cabinets now. Last bedroom. Good now until I get another wave. Whatever that is. Still some more hematite. I want to lock in a armor. Have armor. Both of those. Lots of dabbling armor. Two guys are only in the military though. Who was it? Well, yeah, they've got a military because I've got pretty much all my dwarves. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, everyone who's not got one of those other jobs. I think. Anyways, it's Ast, Dumas, and a tier. Tier. Yeah, so both of them are in the military. Alright, let's do. Definitely want them to do. Let's do it this way. Everybody does it, but give them that. Maybe. I don't know. I'll think about what I'm gonna. You guys cut down the trees yet? Looks like it. Okay. Finally. Why can't I? No access. Walk up this ramp right here. Walk right out there. And eyeball. A log. They built all the way out to there. How would I not? What if I do this side? So weird. Alright. I don't know why they didn't like the floor going out that way. But, whatever. Alright. Put the wall out. Swag. Stop short because this direction I went. That one. Problems again. So the reason I'm putting those floors out there is that I need to come make this corner, and then I'm gonna get rid of the floor and then put this last wall in. That's how I'm gonna do. So if I make it one layer out like this as well, It's nice because I could just use the previous wall as like a walkway to go build the next layer up. So that's why I'm doing that. Just makes construction a little bit simpler when you kind of put it out a layer every time. If you do it right on top of the other layer, then you have to find a different way for your dwarves to access that area. It just makes it a little bit more complicated. It's not impossible to do, it's just more complicated. And the other question I'm going to want is if I want to put another layer, because this is only one high wall now. And I might just leave it like that for now and call it good. Once I, of course, finish it, I have to get this wall out to here. Figure out what I'm going to do with this little area. That's kind of a couple of places. I can. So, put a floor right here. I can cover both of them. Oh, we got some more merchants. Attracted no migrants this season. Oh well. Sometimes that happens. I didn't trade enough value out. Pretty strange because I definitely put a lot of value. Traded out 9,000 or whatever. I don't know if it was a fully 9,000 because I don't have good skills. But should have been something. All right, guys, start digging. Way behind on your digging. And guys that chopped. Good. Chopper. Get rid of all the trees that I care about. Suspended. Nothing. Okay. Masterpiece. Wood barrels. How are we doing on eggs? 70 eggs. That's what I like to see. Oh, I should probably start doing some coffins in case this doesn't go well. Alright. I probably need to dig out some more space if I'm guessing. We're probably stone. So how do I want to do that? No, no, no. Bears. I guess I could dig out some more, guys. And we'll hope we don't hit water. I don't remember if we... It's like we hit water going. It's alright. See how it is. So when you do a stair every time now with this new stair interface, so because you haven't actually checked that yet with the stair, it'll cancel it the first time. Because you try to build the stair down and it sees that it's damp, and so it just cancels it right out. So you just gotta remember to go and put the stair again. So that's just what was happening there. Anytime if they find damp, they'll go ahead and cancel whatever digging you have there. Once you know it's damp and you designate damp that you know is damp, they'll go ahead and say, okay, boss, we'll do it. It's just if it's a square that you don't know is damp yet, and then they go and dig it out, or they find it and there's a dig order on it, then they'll cancel their dig order because they'll assume that you don't want them to make a big mess. All right, there's a bunch more stone. So let's go ahead and grab those gems. I'll just fill the walls back in. Sure, let's use jet. That's right. No, this was good. Finished goods, right? Yeah. Build a track stop. Nope. Track stop is under construction. No, select blocks. Finished goods. There, all of it. Take from that stockpile, and we'll get rid of all the. All right, and then back up to my training. Copy. Iron. Oh, there's one more. So we got iron. Mail shirts. Oh, I think that's the last thing. And I can do one more uniform change too, but let me get the stockpile going first. Alright, armor. Oh no, custom armor and weapon. Stockpile, right? Same stuff. Armor. Track stop. This way. Blocks. Add a new route. Armor. Get up. Drop it off, right? There we go. Alright, so we got weapons and armors are just be deposited right next to. There you go. I'm also going to do this. I'm going to leave weapons and armors here because they got a lot that they have to drop off. So I'm also going to select this guy. Take items from the stockpile. And then I won't take them off of here. But from this stockpile, I can remove finished goods. Alright. So many puppies. So many puppies. Alright, how's my wall coming? Alright, good. Let's get rid of this. Up here. Can't get. Alright. Got all kinds of walls going up. Good to see. Protect me from all the bad guys. Maybe. If not, then I'll die a horrible death. One of the two. One of the two is going to happen. Right? Pip is cold completed. Sparring. God, my turkeys will be somewhat protected. Oh, uniform. Gotta do the last uniform change. Alright. So metal mail shirts. No, we want iron mail. Iron. 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 Right, boots. Iron, iron, iron. Places clothing. Partial matches. Exact matches. Iron mace. Alright. Herman say. Sign. Iron mace. Dwarf. There we go. Yeah, nice full set of armor now. So now they're gonna have to come in with some pretty good stuff to defeat those guys, because iron pretty much can only be penetrated. Well, it kind of gets penetrated by itself, so other things that are as hard as it. But really, you need kind of steel to get through iron. I don't have steel yet. If I get some flux, if I find some flux, I could do it. I haven't actually seen any flux. I don't. I can go check my stockpile. That's where I can go check. What I got? Microcline? No, I don't see any. I don't see any flux yet. Oh, did I ever? I did. Let me take this out. All right. What I got here? Militia commander. Cut gems. Well, at least I'm showing how to deal with water. I'm supposed to be showing you how to deal with bands of enemies, but they are a peaceful bunch for some reason. Settled right in their area. Maybe I should send my squad out to go fight them. See if that'll jar them awake. Probably not the best idea. Send my squad off, then they'll attack me, then I'll have no military, and only dwarves will die. It's probably not the best thing that I could do. Water all around that. Oh, water out here. Laboratory mine. And this. Alright. Water. There's some nice gems. Oh. Whoa. Dig out all the kaolinite. I just want No, and I did run it. I will this stuff out. Water. Looks like I ran into water there, so let's this side. Ran into water there, or that side. Yeah, this is a strange aquifer level. Or there was changes to the game that I just don't remember. For all I know, it's been like this forever. Just silly. I could have swore it was each level was either aquifer or not. Once you got through it, you got through it. It was like these partial level aquifers. But like I said, I might just be misremembering. Oh. Get some more. I guess we'll use log. Seven, you should be able to dig it. I don't know. I need to get down here quick. Come on, dwarves. Build it. If it fills up too much in water, then I'm going to have to, like, dig out or something to let it drain off and then come back. We'll see. See if the doors get down there quick enough to stop this and have it turn around. Base dwarf. That's good. So you. So what I'm doing right now is just expanding out where I dug so the water kind of like goes out there. And then all I'm going to do is just still seal it all. And let me. But it just keeps the water low, and then the water will kind of pour out into that room. As you can see. Now that room back there will actually fill up with 7-7 water as it just sits there. But that's okay. What kind of stuff we got? Alright. If I don't go quick enough, I'll have to dig even more out. As you can see, it's evaporating as well. Dig enough space out, and you have a big enough space compared to the walls, light aquifer actually can't fill it up, which is kind of funny. It just depends on the ratio of space where the water is spreading out and the amount of aquifers that are actually flowing into it. So it just depends. probably because I got the walls going up top, and they're just closer walls than they. I guess it is giving me more stone. I just mined this out. Oh, look at that. It's actually. Uh, I'm mining the offer itself out. All right. And is anything suspended? Suspend that. Not attached to an iron shield. That's okay. Iron's pretty. There we go. Getting those. Do still need. Yeah, I still need to fill that in. So I need these corners done so I can do the other part of the wall. Corner. Oh, there we go. Alright, all those are designated, so that should finish up. Then I do, the less water will be coming in. That should. Now let's go check up top, see how this is. Go at some point. Oh, a lot of work. Fill this wall in. I have to do it. These floor thins. To get out all the way out to the corner. Do I have any blocks made? A couple. Using a lot of wood to build these walls. That's okay though. Attracted no migrants. That's okay. We'll trade some more value out, and then the migrants will show up again. Alright. This one. That last one. And that should protect. Back up. Alright. Our turkey should be relatively protected. It'd be nice if they got that farm visual working. The farm visuals are bugged right now, and so although I'm farming, like barely anything shows up. It's unfortunate because it looks like it would be pretty neat. Ignite, that's the other. Lots of coke. Not making anything anymore. So I don't need anything anymore. I'll just hold off on. I guess I could start working on the hospital. I don't know that either. I wasn't expecting to play this long. I was expecting my enemies to show up, kill them, and that would be that. I guess it is giving my dwarves more time to train up. Isn't such a terrible thing to have happen. Not expecting this much time. The evasions can come a lot quicker than they did in this, especially when you're as close to the enemy as I started. You expect some really quick invasions. I prepared for it immediately. Hindsight, if I knew that they weren't coming for at least a year, I could have just had my military help out a little bit more. They did. But eventually, I'm sure I'm going to get a... There we go. That's done. So this will all evaporate off now. Top. Right, so that's done. So I can... This one. Build this one. And now I can build. The wall looks pretty cool too because it's stepped up like this. So you can see there's like a little ledge on this layer, and then there's a ledge on this layer. So it's pretty cool. If I wanted to, I can put like crenellations at the top with the fortifications. Kangaroo buck is fighting. Artery has been exposed. You fighting kangaroo buck? Maybe they're just fighting each other. I think the kangaroo bucks sometimes fight each other over territory or whatever. Kangaroos are just angry at each other, I suppose. Alright. I suppose I could also get the dogs protected. Alright. So, how do I want this? Get that out. So, chop this tree down. Oh, we need to make something. Rock grates. 10 is fine. Spend it. Done. what I'm doing here is making a little house for the dogs to sit in. That way, they don't have anything from the outside that can attack them. And then I'm gonna want to go spot. And I'm just making it so that you have to actually get past my defenses to actually to them. And Mace Lord, excellent. Alright. My Mace Dwarf. Let's go ahead and. Oh. One of you guys need to come chop this tree down. Oh. Oh, I need to take a look around. Reminds me and see if I accidentally put any ceiling. I did just put one. That can happen when you're chopping down trees. It'll leave. And sometimes they're tough to spot too. But it'll say like open space like this. It's a hole. That's what you're looking for. It's an open space. I try not to put my fort directly under very often. Like this, open space. This is a hole right into there. I need to close that off. So that's what they look like, and that's what you need to close off so that you can't get any guys just sneaking in spot into build all these defenses and they can just like hop into your bay like that is no. Alright, so I need construction. No. Some more. Let's go ahead and take another Mace Lord. Excellent. Axe Dwarf. Two Mace Lords. Mace Lord from just like Mace Dwarf just means that their skill is gotten I think to a 10 or something like that. I don't remember what the skill value is, but what it's called. Let me see. Skills. Combat. So he's a great Mace Dwarf. So that's that skill right there. A Lord once you get high enough, or Mace Lord. It's high enough. It just means they're that much better with their weapons. Yep, I'm right here. Oh, people that don't like me. Doesn't say I'm at war with them. They like me? I don't know what happened. I don't know why they're not attacking. It said war when I came here, but it looks like they're just not fighting me. I don't know. Well, this is a pretty long video as it is. I think I'm just going to, rather than do it as a tutorial, I'll just make it as a separate, because I'm playing it in a haunted area. So I'll just call this Tenderpaper, the start of the Tenderpaper series. And we'll just end it there for the night, I think. So it'll be another one to watch. Maybe I can get some pretty vicious stuff attacking, but not tonight, it looks like. Alright, so have a good night, everybody. We'll see you next time.